What's up, Daw Nation? My name is Wyatt Troy, and I want to welcome you to a very, 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 very special episode of Behind the Daw. I have an absolutely huge announcement for you guys. This thing is insane. It's something I've been sitting on for the last year, that I've been hiding from you guys for the last year. It's one of the reasons why we've had to slow down with the episodes so much, which, by the way, episodes are going to be coming out even faster now once this thing is released that I'm going to be talking about. But really quick, I'm going to ask you a question. If you are currently struggling with sound design or melodic composition or with mixing or with mastering or vocal production or any subcategory with any of those topics, I have something for you. I have news for you. It's going to change your life. It's absolutely insane, okay? So about a year ago, a man by the name of Matthew Steeper came to me. Now, that name may not be familiar to you, but I promise you, you know who he is. Matthew Steeper is one of the greatest vocal producers of our era. This guy is insane, okay? First off, he's married to Haliene, so, you know, there's that whole knowledge bomb right there. But Matthew Steeper has done vocal production for people like Illenium, Slander, Tritonal, Seven Lions, Kill the Noise. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting so many people right now. Darude, Said the Sky, Adventure Club, Bear Grylls, Datweekas. Like, there's so many people that he has done vocal production from, all the biggest people in the game. Like, they see him as the vocal production wizard. So he came to me about a year ago and he was like, we just got the green light from Enhanced, which is Tritonal's label, to do this song with AU5. And of course, he knew that we've done multiple courses with AU5. He's like, we want to do a course of this song, like literally from the very start. Like, we want you to film us recording the song. I want to walk through my process of how I'm going to produce the vocals, and then we want AU5 to break down his music production side and make this mega huge course out of it. And I was like foaming at the mouth. I'm salivating. Please, yes, let's do this. This sounds awesome. And so we did it. We literally filmed the entire thing, literally in the studio where I am recording right now. This is where they recorded their song, Was It You? Okay, we filmed the entire thing. Matt walked through his process, broke down exactly what he did. AU5 walked through his process, showed exactly how he produced the song, and we have bundled this whole thing up and created a course, and this course is called the Was It You walkthrough. Guys, this thing is insanely big. It is like 17 hours long. It shows every nook and cranny, every tip, trick, secret, and strategy that AU5, Matthew Steeper, and Haliene used to create their song, Was It You? If you've never listened to the song, Was It You? It's playing in the background right now, but at the end of this episode, I'm just going to play it in its full entirety so you can actually hear it. It is so good. It is insane. I can't believe I'm literally sitting like 3 feet away from where they recorded it. Like, it's so crazy, right? So this course is coming out today, which is insane. And actually, if you're listening to this on the day that this podcast goes live, which is September 30th, for the next 3 days, so September 30th, October 1st, and October 2nd, we are having an enormous launch sale. 50% off. You can literally get this entire course for 50% off on those 3 days. Okay, so if you want this, head on over to dawnation.net/wasityou. Okay, again, that is dawnation.net/wasityou. This course is insane. There's a video over there that explains more details about it. But seriously, guys, like, we've already had about like roughly 40 beta testers go through it and check it out, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So again, dawnation.net/wasityou. However, what I really want to do in this episode is I actually took a snippet from one of the very last videos in the course and this is in Matthew Steeper's section, right? Where he talks about vocal production. He talks about his theory behind vocal production and why it is one of the most important tactics, one of the most important skills that you could ever have. It is one of the most beautiful trading pieces that you can have to having a full-time career. It is one of the greatest strategies to apply to your song, to breathe just this beautiful life into it, as well as breaking down the different notions with vocal production and the misnomers and so on and so forth. So I'm actually going to play, it's about roughly 10 minutes of that little section. It's a very, 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 very small section that I took from the course itself, but just so that you can see the quality of it, the quality of knowledge that is going to be inside of that course. All right. So Daw Nation, let's go ahead and play that clip right now. However, make sure to stay all the way to the end because I have some news at the very end. Okay. So let's go ahead and play that clip right now. Over the last couple of years, with everything that I've done with Daw Nation, then the Daw Behind the Daw, I've had, we've done over 200 episodes, people breaking down their songs. I've learned so many things production-wise. Some of them have talked about vocal production. Obviously, none of them have been as thorough, been as good as you. But one of the things that really blew my mind was when you and I met and you started talking to me about vocal production off screen. And you conveyed to me the importance of a vocal. We as humans were attracted to that. And if you could, just for a second, I'd love for you to explain that a bit more. Maybe explain it the way that you explained to me of how important it is.
Well, I think vocals are the original instrument. They are the first instrument you learn, right?
That's right.
Without even knowing it, they're your brain and your ear canals and your physiology, your anatomy are all designed to interact with. Not only do we communicate that way, but we express ourselves that way and we understand the world that way. And when it comes to vocals, we're using that term, I initially was like, I'm never going to call it a vocal because it seems very dismissive, like it's just like a synth part but in the same way, like in every genre of music, us as humans, we interact most effectively with the things that are closest to a vocal. They're more digestible and palatable and that communicate with us the way that we're used to communicating. We've spent our whole lives communicating. This innate, organic and intrinsic instrument is behind not just success in the industry, but really achieving an emotional connection with listeners through music. And I think there's no accident that all the biggest tracks in dance music have amazing songs and vocals on them. In fact, if you could pick one of them, it would be the vocal because that's what you sing, that's what you hum, those are the lyrics you would write, you tattoo on yourself.
That's right.
That would be how you describe the song. You talk about, it was this, you say the lyric. For most people, what they're going to hear above all the other elements is that human voice.
This was off screen, by the way. This is not part of it. We just did this as an experiment, right? Mm-hmm. You said you wondered if the top 100 songs of all time, not just dance music, but of all time, if every single one of them had a vocal. Mm-hmm. Guess what? They all had a vocal, every single one of them.
Except for one that was a theme song of a very popular show.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought it was an orchestra.
Oh, man.
But it was a theme song of a big show. Okay. So 99%.
Okay. The people who made the music had, voices. So it's okay. It all ties back together. You can't get away from it.
Yeah.
The second thing is, and just open it up a little bit. So with everything with Daw Nation, when we record courses and things of that nature, it's either the people that we record it with either reach out to me or I reach out to them. Most of the time, I don't know what it's about. I don't know what they're going to say, what they're going to teach, so on and so forth. It's not till later, mostly like when we're starting to record, that they're starting to reveal their processes, their systems, and so on and so forth. And so when Matt started basically teaching at the same time as I was learning, like he was recording everything and I was learning at the same time while he was recording, it blew me away how everything just clicked together and how logical it was to take something as subjective, right? We talked about this earlier in this course, how something can so objective be so objectified, I guess you say, right?
Yeah.
And that was something that just blew me away of how easy it was to understand, right, step 1, do this, step 2, do this, in this case, do this, so on and so forth, right? I want to take my hat off, not right now, maybe later, to you, because I love how simple it was, how easy it was to digest, and how it all came together. Is there anything really quickly that you want to mention about your system, specifically about producing vocals and so on and so forth?
What you voiced is kind of the opposite side of the frustration that most people have, in that they come to vocals and it's this really dynamic, difficult material to produce, to work with, to edit. There's so many different systems out there, and they're not really systems. They're just people's tips and people's and most of them are really general. And so there's not really a lot of resources out there that delve deep into the core fundamentals of why a vocal is important, how to bring out the best parts of it, and how to produce that vocal to fit inside or with a track. And I think especially in dance music, it's not done. So I think dance music is a specifically difficult arena for vocals because everything, like we talked about in this walkthrough, is machine-based. Taking this human element that's so organic and it's not perfect by machine standards, it's beautiful and all these things, but you need to make that live inside a machine world. The system that we talk about and that I've developed is a way to extract out the human parts of that vocal, of that material, and preserve that and maintain that specialness, that emotional connection that the vocals would have, but also allow them to live in a machine world. And I think having a system that standardizes that process is what separates creatives from being a hobbyist and from being a professional. Because when you have a system and you know how to do it and it works every time. You can always get to the finish line. Then you can make a career doing it. And if you only get it right sometimes by chance, you might have some tips and tricks. But when your schedule's under pressure and you have lots to do and, you can't actually achieve that quality. Not everyone wants to be a vocal producer, but because vocals are the most important element in music, in my opinion, everybody who is in anywhere on the spectrum, whether you're a producer that makes tracks, a singer-songwriter, a singer, even people who work in, I think, label or A&R capacities need to understand how vocal production works, because a lot of times that is the linker between finding a song and pairing it with another track. Imagine if labels could do that. They don't. What is a good systematic approach to such a complex topic to break it into easy steps, partitioning it in a way that you can always achieve a successful outcome?
With, again, doing In the DAW and Behind the DAW for the last couple of years, I've done a whole lot of episodes. We've had everyone on the spectrum and in every genre, small artists, big artists, so on and so forth. And what they have expressed to me, these are the producers, not just the viewers, these are the producers that I have interviewed, is that the hardest part, bar none, the hardest part of production is vocals. And it makes sense. If they don't have a system like the way that you were explaining, what can they base it off of? Every time they go in, it's like, oh, should I do this or should I do this? They're burning brain calories. Wait, last time this worked, why isn't it working this time? I heard so-and-so did this, but it's not working for me, or this plugin sounds different, and so on and so forth. So your idea of systematizing, is that the word? Mm-hmm. Your idea of systematizing that is, it's just genius anyways in any business, but specifically with music, right? If you want to do this full time, you need the ability to create music that resonates with you at the fastest pace possible, by the way. And if you are constantly caught up with vocal production for whatever reason, if that is the bottleneck, then that is the thing that you need to fix right here, right now. Yep. Do you agree with that?
I would. And I would also say that it's the biggest barrier to a lot of successful songs, because good vocal production can take a mediocre song and turn it into an A-list stellar successful song that everyone loves and they have in their head. And believe it or not, some of the most popular songs are, by the opinion of really great songwriters, terrible songs. In fact, some of the songwriters that wrote those songs hate them, right? And so, but if you look at those tracks and look at those songs, like the production of the vocals is always consistently like above average, if not better than songs in its class. So I think that understanding that good vocal production can take a mediocre song and make it successful, but bad vocal production can take an amazing song, the best song ever written with the best singer ever, and just destroy it. You can have great ideas and you can have great tools and you can have talented people. But if you can't execute with all of those things in the right way, and that requires a step-by-step approach, and then actually deliver a final product that is commercial grade, that is every time just perfect and extracting all the beauty out of it, but in an organized way that people can consume and listen and digest, you're going to have a successful song every time. There's no way around it in this world today with whatever 30,000, 6,000, however many songs is it come out every day? Like thousands of songs come out every single day. Yeah. So the competition has never been more intense. The world has never been more saturated. More people are coming online. More people are making tracks, in GarageBand and Ableton in the world than ever before and putting it online. So the thing that's going to make your tracks and your songs stand out is the ability of your listeners and your fans to really engage with that. And the vocal, the human voice, is the most powerful instrument to do that. So learning how to harness that power and facilitate the song and the vocal to work and do its magic is paramount. That is the most important skill as a producer.
So now that we're here at the end, is there any final words that you have for those that are watching right now?
I think this process, as we said at the beginning, is all about marrying the intangible song to this tangible track. Yeah. And so what was so special about this project is I felt like the vocal production was that perfect bridge between two very creative, very abstract artists, and both very expressive. Haliene with lyrics and vocals, and A5 just with sound design and crazy face melting bass. So this project really illustrated the power of vocal production linking two worlds. Linking the songwriter to the producer, linking the singer to the DJ, so to speak, and why vocal production is way more important than most people think it is. So I feel like vocal production combines all of the best skills and processes of regular production and also the creative side of, say, songwriting or composing. all into one. And so you get a chance to be equally creative and technical about it. This track itself illustrates some of these principles better than any that we've done.
What's up, Daw Nation? I hope you enjoyed that little teeny tiny clip that I took from the course of Matthew Steeper talking about vocal production. Listen, guys, this is insane. This course is so huge. There's so much juicy knowledge inside of there. Module 1, AE5 is going to break down his entire music production process, everything that he did to produce the song Was It You, which is absolutely insane. And then in Module 2, of course, you just listen to a very small snippet of it, but it is where Matthew Steeper breaks down his vocal production system, what he did to actually take Halien's vocals from the very, very start to the end product that is being released, which is just absolutely insane. And plus, there's a bonus section where you can actually see Matt and Halien recording the song in real time. So you can actually see what that relationship looks like. So you can be like, okay, if I'm a producer, I'm bringing in a singer, what should I do? How should I act? How should I talk to them? What should I get in the process? You're literally a fly on the wall, which is absolutely insane. And really quickly, I just want to mention, if you were able to get these three professionals, AE5, Halien, and Matthew Steeper, and you were somehow able to convince them to give you private lessons, to teach you what is already inside of the Was It You walkthrough, I'm not joking when I say this, you would be dangerously close to $10,000 worth of private lesson fees. Like seriously, like AU5 alone, not even counting anyone else, but AU5 alone charges $600 an hour for a private lesson, okay? So seriously, the amount of knowledge that is within this course is just absolutely insane. The chance that you can be able to get it is insane. And again, we are having a launch sale, 50% off from September 30th through October 2nd. Of course, if you're listening to this after it, I'm so sorry you missed the launch sale. That's why you need to listen to the episodes as soon as they come out, because we always have something amazing going on. However, at any time, you can head on over to dawnation.net/wasityou to be able to hop on that 50% off sale. Or again, if you're listening to this after those dates, you can still go to that link and you can buy the course at full price. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, if you have not listened to Was It You by AU5, Halien, and Matthew Steeper, if you have not listened to this song yet, I'm going to play it in its entirety right now. And if there is anything about this song that intrigues you, that inspires you, that resonates with you, and you're like, man, I wish I knew how to do that, I am telling you, if there's just one thing that you want to know, this course is worth it, okay? So listen to this song. I hope you enjoy it. And with that being said, Daw Nation, head on over to dawnation.net/wasityou, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Did you leave a note in the constellations? A trace of hope so I could find my way back home. Did I feel your breath? Thought I heard you whisper. Who stained the road ahead with fingerprints on stone? Was it you? Like the mountain hides the moon, was it you? 'Cause I can see you through the cracks, breaking through me like a glass. I can see you, ooh, in the light I've always had. Was it you? 'Cause I can see you, was it you? Did you write a line in the silver clouds? Shivers down my spine. Was it your shadow on my skin? It's screaming out all around me. I hear it now, silent as the wind. Was it you? Like the mountain hides the moon. Was it you? I can see you through